The briefing room air crackled with anticipation, a tension that only the highest stakes missions could produce. I could feel the collective heartbeat of the room, a drumbeat echoing the anxiety and excitement bubbling within my own chest. Major Ava Carter at your service, and today was the day we changed the course of human history. They called us the Hell Divers, a moniker born from our specialization in extreme environment combat. But even for us, Operation Frostbite was a giant leap into the unknown. We were the first human boots set to touch down on an exoplanet, a frozen world dubbed Hoth by the science team for its unforgiving conditions. Our mission? Recon and secure a potential forward operating base, a stepping stone for future colonization efforts. As I scanned the faces of my squad, I saw a reflection of my own steely determination. Lieutenant Ben Hawk Hawkins, our crack pilot and resident jokester, his usual grin replaced with a focused intensity. Sergeant Maria Mackenzie, our comms expert, fingers dancing over her console, already immersed in the digital battlefield. And Corporal Jake Rookie Ramirez, fresh out of the academy but with a fire in his eyes that spoke of untapped potential. We'd spent months preparing for this, countless hours in the simulators, testing our gear to its limits in the harshest environments Earth could throw at us. Our V-22 Ospreys, modified to withstand Hoth's sub-zero temperatures and ferocious storms, were the pinnacle of human engineering. These weren't just tilt-rotor aircraft, they were our lifelines, our chariots into the unknown. I cleared my throat, the sound amplified by the room's silence. All right, Hell Divers, listen up. We've been over the mission 1,000 times, but let's not get cocky. Hoth is an alien world, and we're going in blind. Our intel suggests minimal indigenous life, but we're not taking any chances. We hit hard, we hit fast, and we get out. Everyone clear? A chorus of affirmatives answered my call, each voice a testament to the unwavering confidence of my team. As the briefing concluded, I found myself alone with Commander Stone, the gruff but respected leader of the Hell Divers program. He clasped my shoulder, his grip firm but reassuring. Ava, you and your team are the best we've got. Remember, this isn't just a recon mission, this is humanity's first step towards a new frontier. Make us proud. His words echoed in my ears as I made my way to the hangar, the hum of machinery a symphony of anticipation. The Ospreys awaited, their sleek lines and powerful engines a testament to human ingenuity. They were our wings, our weapons, our hope for the future. I climbed into the cockpit of my Osprey, the familiar scent of oil and electronics a comforting constant. Hawk gave me a thumbs up from the neighboring aircraft, his grin momentarily returning. I took a deep breath, the adrenaline coursing through my veins. Hell Divers, engines on. Let's show them what we're made of. The roar of the engines filled the hangar, a primal scream that resonated deep within my soul. As we lifted off, leaving the familiar embrace of Earth behind, I couldn't help but feel a sense of awe and wonder. We were venturing into the great unknown, the first wave of humanity to set foot on a new world. The weight of that responsibility rested heavily on my shoulders, but it was a burden I gladly bore. As we hurtled through space, towards the frozen expanse of Hoth, I knew that this was just the beginning. The Hell Divers were about to make history, and I wouldn't have it any other way. The hyperspace jump jolted us out of our cosmic slumber, the sudden transition from the star-strewn void to Hoth's icy glare a shock to the senses. I blinked, my eyes adjusting to the harsh white landscape that stretched out below us. Hoth was a world of extremes, a brutal ballet of snow and ice, whipped into a frenzy by howling winds. Hell Divers, welcome to Hoth, I announced over the comms, my voice a steady counterpoint to the chaos outside. Eyes peeled, people. We're not expecting a warm welcome. Hawk's voice crackled through my headset, a hint of nervous excitement in his tone. Copy that, Major. Looks like Mother Nature forgot to turn on the central heating here. I couldn't help but chuckle at his attempt to lighten the mood. Just focus on the mission, Hawk. We've got a base to establish. As we descended through the turbulent atmosphere, the Ospreys bucked and swayed, fighting against the elements. Hoth wasn't just cold, it was actively hostile, a world that seemed to resent our intrusion. The blizzard whipped around us, obscuring our vision and making it difficult to maintain formation. Mac, how's our visibility? I asked, my eyes scanning the swirling snow. Not great, Major, Mac replied, her voice tight with concentration. I'm having trouble getting a clear fix on the landing zone. I gritted my teeth, a cold knot forming in my stomach. We were flying blind, relying on instruments and gut instinct to guide us. The LZ was a relatively flat expanse of ice, identified by the science team as a potential base location. But finding it in this storm was like searching for a needle in a snowdrift. Hawk, You got eyes on the LZ? I asked, hoping for a miracle. Negative, Major, Hawk replied, his voice grim. It's like trying to find a snowball in a blizzard. I swore under my breath, the frustration building inside me. We were running out of time, and the storm showed no signs of abating. We needed to get on the ground, establish a foothold, and weather this storm out. Just as I was about to order a retreat, a faint glimmer caught my eye through the swirling snow. It was a beacon, a faint pulse of light barely visible through the blizzard. I squinted, trying to focus on the elusive signal. Hawk, 10 o'clock, do you see it? I shouted, my heart pounding with renewed hope. I see it, Hawk exclaimed, his voice filled with relief. That's got to be it, Major. I grinned, a surge of adrenaline flooding my veins. All right, Helldivers, let's get this bird on the ground. We're going home. With renewed determination, we followed the beacon, the Ospreys struggling against the relentless winds. As we approached the LZ, the blizzard finally began to ease, revealing a vast expanse of ice, dotted with jagged outcroppings and treacherous crevasses. It was a harsh and unforgiving landscape, but it was our home for the foreseeable future. The Ospreys touched down with a jolt, kicking up a spray of snow and ice. We were on the ground, safe and sound, for now. The storm raged outside, but inside our aircraft, we were a haven of warmth and technology, a defiant speck of humanity against the alien wilderness. I took a deep breath, savoring the moment. We had made it. We were on Hoth. The real work was about to begin. All right, Helldivers, I said, my voice echoing through the calms. Let's get unpacked and set up camp. We've got a planet to conquer. The Ospreys, now transformed into makeshift shelters, hummed with the comforting sounds of human activity. Inside my temporary quarters, a repurposed storage compartment, I huddled over a holographic map of the LZ, tracing the contours of the terrain with a gloved finger. Major, Mac's voice crackled over the intercom, a note of urgency in her tone. We're picking up some unusual readings on the long-range scanners. I straightened, my heart quickening. Unusual how, Mac? It's difficult to explain, she hesitated. There's a large energy signature, moving towards us at high speed. It's not anything we've encountered before. My mind raced, trying to process this new information. Could it be a natural phenomenon? A Hothian equivalent of a blizzard? Or something else entirely? Alert the others, I ordered, already moving towards the Osprey's exit ramp. We need to get eyes on this thing. Emerging from the Osprey, the full force of Hoth's fury hit me like a physical blow. The wind howled, driving icy needles of snow into my face. I squinted against the blinding whiteout, searching for any sign of the approaching energy signature. Then it appeared. A colossal shape emerged from the swirling snow, dwarfing our Ospreys. It was unlike anything I'd ever seen, a grotesque amalgamation of organic and mechanical components. Massive, pulsating limbs churned the snow, while glowing orbs pulsed with an eerie light. It moved with a chilling grace, an apex predator stalking its prey. What in the hell is that? Hawk's voice rasped in my ear, a mixture of awe and fear. I didn't have an answer. All I knew was that we were facing a threat unlike any we had prepared for. The creature, if that's what it was, moved with terrifying speed, closing the distance between us in a matter of seconds. Open fire, I yelled, my voice barely audible over the roar of the wind. The Osprey's mounted cannons roared to life, spitting out streams of energy bolts. The creature shuddered under the impact, but the blast seemed to do little more than annoy it. It let out a deafening screech, a sound that pierced our eardrums and rattled our bones. Then, it attacked. The creature's massive limbs lashed out, smashing into one of the Ospreys with bone-jarring force. The aircraft crumpled like a toy, its metal frame groaning under the immense pressure. Rookie, eject! I screamed, praying he had time to escape. A parachute blossomed in the distance, a tiny speck of hope against the backdrop of chaos. But there was no time to celebrate. The creature was already turning its attention to the remaining Ospreys. I knew we couldn't win this fight. We were outmatched, outgunned, and out of our depth. But we weren't going down without a fight. Helldivers, I said, my voice echoing over the calms, we're going to buy Rookie sometime. Draw its fire, then fall back to the LZ. We're not leaving anyone behind. The creature let out another ear-splitting screech, a challenge to our defiance. As it charged, I saw something in its glowing orbs, a flicker of intelligence, a spark of recognition. And then, it spoke. Humans, the voice boomed, a deep, resonant rumble that seemed to come from the very heart of the storm. You are not welcome here. Shock rippled through me, my mind reeling from the impossible. A talking creature? An alien with knowledge of human language? It was beyond anything we had prepared for. Who are you? I managed to choke out, my voice barely a whisper against the howling wind. We are the guardians of this world, the creature rumbled, its glowing orbs fixing me with an unwavering gaze. And you are trespassers. I swallowed hard, trying to regain my composure. We come in peace, I said, raising my hands in a gesture of non-aggression. We mean you no harm. The creature let out a low, guttural laugh, the sound echoing across the icy plains. Peace? You come with weapons, machines that scar the land and pollute the air. You speak of peace, yet your actions speak of conquest. It was a chilling accusation, one that struck uncomfortably close to home. Were we the invaders, the aggressors in this scenario? Had we come to Hoth with good intentions, or were we simply following in the footsteps of countless other conquerors throughout history? We seek only to understand this world, I said, my voice steadier now. To learn from it, to coexist with it. We do not wish to conquer, only to explore. The creature remained silent for a long moment, its orbs flickering with an unreadable light. Then, it tilted its head, as if considering my words. Very well, it finally said. You may remain here, for now. But be warned, humans. This is our world, and we will not tolerate any actions that threaten its delicate balance. If you prove to be a danger, we will not hesitate to defend ourselves. A wave of relief washed over me, mingled with a healthy dose of caution. We had been granted a reprieve, but it was clear that our presence here was on thin ice. We would need to tread carefully, to prove that we were not the threat the Guardians perceived us to be. Thank you, I said, bowing my head in a gesture of respect. We will honor your wishes. The creature nodded, its orbs dimming slightly. See that you do, it said, its voice fading into the wind as it turned and lumbered away, disappearing back into the blizzard. I watched it go, my mind a whirlwind of conflicting emotions. We had avoided a disastrous first contact, but the future remained uncertain. We were on an alien world, surrounded by unknown dangers, and our only hope for survival was to find a way to coexist with its enigmatic inhabitants. I turned back to my team, their faces etched with a mixture of awe and apprehension. We had a long road ahead of us, but I knew we could face it together. The Helldivers were not just soldiers, we were explorers, pioneers, and now, diplomats. We had a chance to forge a new relationship with this alien world, to build a bridge between our two species. It was a daunting task, but it was one that we were determined to embrace. As the blizzard raged around us, I felt a flicker of hope ignite within me. We had come to Hoth not as conquerors, but as seekers of knowledge and understanding. And perhaps, just perhaps, that was the key to our survival. With a silent nod of agreement between my team and me, we exchanged resolute glances. We were soldiers, trained for the unknown, and this was simply another mission, albeit a bizarre and unprecedented one. Weapons primed and senses heightened, we cautiously crossed the threshold into the structure's depths. The interior was a stark contrast to Hoth's barren exterior. Smooth, luminescent walls radiated a soft, pulsating light, illuminating a vast chamber filled with advanced technology beyond our comprehension. Glowing consoles lined the walls, displaying intricate symbols and patterns that seemed to shift and morph before our eyes. As we ventured deeper, the chamber opened up into a grand hall, its ceiling soaring high above us. In the center of the hall, hovering above a circular platform, was a figure that sent a shiver down my spine. It was humanoid in shape, but its skin was a shimmering silver, its eyes burning with an intense blue light. It wore a flowing robe adorned with intricate patterns that seemed to dance and swirl with an energy of their own. Welcome, humans, the figure said, its voice resonating through the hall. I am the Guardian Alpha, and I have been expecting you. I stepped forward, my eyes locked on the being before me. We are the Helldivers, I said, my voice echoing in the vast chamber. We come in peace. The Guardian Alpha tilted its head, a gesture that seemed both curious and amused. Peace, you say? Yet you come armed, ready for conflict. I lowered my weapon, holding it loosely at my side. We come prepared for any eventuality, I explained. But we have no desire for hostilities. The Guardian Alpha studied me for a long moment, its gaze piercing through my facade. Then, it nodded slowly. Very well, it said. I believe you. But your presence here is not without purpose. You have been chosen for a great task, one that will determine the fate of your species. My heart pounded in my chest. A great task. The fate of our species? What could it possibly mean? What task? I asked, my voice barely a whisper. The Guardian Alpha raised its hand, and the air around us shimmered with energy. A holographic image appeared before us, depicting a scene of unimaginable chaos. A massive fleet of alien warships, their hulls bristling with weaponry, descended upon a defenseless planet. The planet's surface erupted in fire and smoke, cities crumbling under the relentless bombardment. Your world is in danger, the Guardian Alpha said, its voice grave. A great evil is rising, a force that threatens to consume all life in the galaxy. You have been chosen to help us stop it. I stared at the holographic image, my mind reeling from the implications. We, a small team of soldiers from Earth, were being asked to help save the galaxy? It seemed impossible, a burden too great to bear. But then I looked at my team, their faces set with grim determination. They were ready for anything, willing to risk everything for the greater good. And in that moment, I knew that we had no choice. We accept, I said, my voice firm and resolute. We will do whatever it takes. The Guardian Alpha smiled, a radiant expression that filled the hall with warmth. Then let us begin, it said, its voice filled with hope. The fate of the galaxy rests in your hands. The Guardian Alpha led us through a series of winding corridors, each turn revealing more wonders of their advanced technology. We passed through laboratories filled with strange devices, their purpose a mystery to us. We saw vast gardens illuminated by bioluminescent plants, their leaves shimmering with otherworldly colors. Finally, we arrived at a chamber unlike any we had seen before. In the center of the room, suspended in a shimmering energy field, was a glowing orb, pulsating with an ethereal light. This, the Guardian Alpha said, its voice filled with reverence, is the heart of Hoth. It is the source of our power, the nexus of our connection to this world. I gazed at the orb, mesmerized by its beauty and power. It seemed to radiate a warmth, a sense of peace that resonated deep within my soul. The heart of Hoth is in danger, the Guardian Alpha continued, its voice tinged with sadness. The forces that threaten your world also seek to destroy this sacred artifact. You must help us protect it. I nodded, my heart heavy with the weight of this new responsibility. We will do everything we can, I assured the Guardian Alpha. The following days were filled with intense training and preparation. The Guardians taught us about the heart of Hoth, its history, its powers, and its vulnerabilities. They shared their knowledge of the enemy, their tactics, and their weaknesses. We learned that the enemy was a race of cybernetic organisms, driven by a relentless desire for power and conquest. They had ravaged countless worlds, leaving behind a trail of destruction and despair. We also learned that the Guardians were not alone in their fight. There were other races, other worlds, that had joined forces to resist the enemy's advance. Together, they formed a fragile alliance, a last line of defense against the encroaching darkness. The Guardian Alpha informed us that a final stand was about to take place, a desperate battle that would determine the fate of the galaxy. The enemy had located the heart of Hoth, and they were coming for it. You must join us, the Guardian Alpha pleaded. Your courage and your ingenuity are our only hope. I looked at my team, their faces grim but determined. They were ready to fight, ready to sacrifice everything for a cause greater than themselves. We will stand with you, I said, my voice echoing through the chamber. To the end. The day of the battle arrived, and the Helldivers, now clad in advanced Guardian armor, took their positions alongside their new allies. The atmosphere was electric with anticipation and dread. As the first enemy ships appeared on the horizon, a wave of fear washed over me. They were massive, their hulls bristling with weapons that could level entire cities. But I pushed the fear aside, replacing it with determination. We were the Helldivers, and we would not back down. The battle began with a deafening roar, a symphony of laser fire and explosions. The sky was ablaze with energy, the ground trembling beneath our feet. I led my team into the fray, our weapons blazing. We fought with a ferocity born of desperation, knowing that the fate of the galaxy hung in the balance. We fought for hours, pushing back the enemy wave after wave. But they were relentless, their numbers seemingly endless. Just when it seemed like all hope was lost, a blinding light filled the sky. The heart of Hoth, activated by the Guardian Alpha, unleashed a surge of energy that swept across the battlefield. The enemy ships faltered, their shields flickering and failing. One by one, they exploded in a dazzling display of light and sound. We had won. The enemy had been defeated, the heart of Hoth saved. But our victory was short-lived. As we celebrated our triumph, a new threat emerged from the shadows. A massive ship, larger and more powerful than any we had seen before, materialized in the sky above us. Its hull was adorned with symbols of death and destruction, its weapons radiating a malevolent energy. "This is not over," a cold, metallic voice echoed through the battlefield. "The war has just begun."